Hello and welcome back to our tutorial series. In our last video, we saw that we have added our department, then we have updated our department upon a model dialog. So if you click on edit button here, it will show you the department ID and you can just edit your account with any information you want to edit with. So here I'm just editing with the account name, and if I click on edit, so here it will give you updated successfully, and once you close it, you see here we see the results. There are a couple of things that we want to change inside that. For example, this one, edit department and edit new, we just give the proper message inside it. So to do that, what we have to do is we just have to go back to our code, and here instead of saying edit a new record, we'll say edit department, and instead of saying edit department here, we'll say update. Okay, so we'll just go back and we'll see our changes back in the application. Click on departments, click on edit, and here it is showing edit department, and here again I'm doing some changes, finance, and here we got the button as update. Click on update, it says update successfully, close it, and here we have got the same result. Okay, in this video, we are going to do the next thing, which is showing employees details. So at the moment, if you click on employees tab, we don't see anything. So we are going to perform everything same as is that we have done in departments tab. So what we have done in departments, we have we are showing the list of departments, then we have added filter, then we have added sorting, we have added this button. Clicking add department, here it is showing us a page wherein we can add our department, and it will save the records into our database. The same thing we are going to achieve for even employees. And yeah, one more thing, here we have the edit functionality, sorry, delete functionality to delete the record, and this is the edit functionality. If after clicking on this, here it is showing us department ID, department name. In the same way, we want to edit our employee detail as well, so it is going to come up with a pop-up to edit your employee details. So let's do the first thing, that let us show the details of employees page. So to do that, all we have to do is we have to just go back to our code, and inside that we have to go to our show employee show employee page, so show emp. And let me just try to zoom the screen. Yeah, so here show emp, under show emp, go to show-emp.component.html, and here you see that whatever you have contents here, only that content is going to be get displayed. So we will be doing some changes here, and then the same the way we are displaying the department list, we are going to display the employee list as well. So yeah, whatever is there in this page, that we are going to show into our employee component.html, right here. So the very first thing that we want to do here is control select all, delete, and here you just use the selector of show emp, right? So this is our selector. If you remember, if you just go back to our component.ts file, in the component.ts file, you will see that app employee is there. And if I just go back to our component HTML, so here we are saying app show emp, which is nothing but, if you go to our show emp component.ts file, here our selector name is show emp. That means whatever is there in show emp component.html file, that is we are going to show up in the app show emp. So that's it. I am just using the selector. If I go back here and I click on employees, so it says show emp works. So now what we have to do is just go back to our code, and within show emp component.html file, we are going to write the code. So without wasting any time, what I want to do is I want to do same what we have done in department. So I'll go to department page. So we'll go to the department page, and if you go to show the department component.html, you see almost the same code we want to render back in our show emp. So I'm going to copy everything, control A, control C, and then what I'll do is I'll come back to our employee. Let me close all pages here, close all, and I want to come back to show emp. So show-emp.component.html. So I'll say control A, delete, and control V. And you see that we want the employee ID, employee name, right? So we want to display our employee name. Then we have other fields. So we will just see in a bit. So basically here the important part for us is so if we just try to understand what exactly we have in this code is we have ng containers which contains the department ID, department name. In the same way for our employees we also need these options. Instead of department ID we need employee ID. So we'll do change step by step. We'll say employee ID. Okay, employ employee ID, and here also I'll say employee ID, and here also I'll say employee ID, and then if we just move here our code, then here what I want is I want additional columns, right? So here I want employee name. If I am not wrong, let us just see it in our models. So let us just go to models. Yeah, models, and if I go to employee models, so here we have employee ID, employee name, mail ID, phone number, date of joining. Okay, so let us come back to our code. So here I want employee name, so I'll say employee name, and if I just expand it here I have to write employee name, employee name, and here I have to write employee name. And yes, so we have got employee ID, employee name, and we want some additional columns. So what I'll do is I'll simply uh, add it for saving our time. So let me just close it, employee ID, employee name, and then I'll add the rest of the columns here. So employee ID, employee name, then we have department, then we have mail ID. So I'll just grab this here so that you can see what exactly we are doing here. So employee ID, employee name, and if you just go down then we have department, mail ID, date of joining. Now you see that it is showing error on add and on apply filter. So yeah, definitely since we are going to add a logic for our show-emp EAMP component as well, so we just have to go here and then we have to go to show-emp.component.ts file, and then what I'll do is I'll just simply close this HTML file and I'll open show-dep.component.ts file. So if we just go to the department folder, and if you open the department component.ts file, which is show department.component.ts file. Okay, so I have this file. So uh, yeah, sorry, I just have to open our HTML file again because we need to see what is missing here, right? So what is missing? The apply filter, list data. So let us see the apply filter first. So we'll go to our dep component, which is show-dep.component.ts file. I'll go here, and here apply filter we have. Just copy this and go back to our show component.ts file, and what I'll do is I'll add it here, and it is giving us the list data error. So yeah, you know what to do. You just go to the dep component.ts file. So I'll go to show dep.component.ts file, and here we just need to declare our list data. And as you can see that we want the list data as well as the displayed column. So I'll copy both, and I'll just come back to our show-dep.component.ts file, and before constructor I'll just paste them. Here it is giving error for mat table data source. Just click on it, it will give you a bulb, and just import the library for that. And here we need employee ID, employee name. So I'll just edit that and I'll come back. So I've just added employee ID, employee name, department, mail ID, and date of joining. And then we have to come up with additional fields. And for sorting purpose, we have to add the view child. Again, this is giving us error, so just click on it and it will give you a bulb. Just click on it and just add the import for it, and this should work. And this for this also, just click on the bulb and it will import the view child from it. So from the Angular code. So this is the thing. Then if you just go back to our show emp, here apply filter is working, list data is working, and on add is missing, so we'll just add the on add functionality as well. So let's just go back to show emp component. uh, let's just go back to show-dep component, and then let's see what we have in on add. So I'll just copy everything from here, copy, control C, and then we'll come back to our show-emp.component.ts, and let's just add this on add. And here it is giving error for mat dialog, so click on it and click on bulb, import everything. And here I don't want to add a department component. I want to do add emp component, right? Emp component. So this dialog is missing for us, so we need to add the dialog as well. So we'll go back to our showed up component, and here we'll find out where exactly the dialog is. If you can just see here, we have it in our constructor. So we'll just take it from the constructor. Let's come back to our show emp, and here under constructor just add that, and just click on it, and just import the proper directory. And it's fine for add emp component. Just click on it and then just add it from the models. And one more thing what we have to do here is just go back to app module.ts file. So I'll go to app module.ts file, and here in the entry components we just need to add one more component, which is, I'll just copy it and I'll paste it here, and I'll say it as add emp component. Add emp component. And if you just go back to our application and let's try to see what we are getting here. So emp is coming, and so far we have not consumed the employee service to display our details. However, we are getting the names of the columns of the sorting, and a filter thing is there. So let's add that as well. So just let's go back to our code, and we have for using the employee service, we have to go to employee service, and here we just have to follow what we have done in department service. So in department service, if you just notice that we have get department list, in the same way what we are going to do is we are going to inject this thing. So I'll add this complete part till here, and I'll copy it, and I'll go back to our code, go back to show emp. Sorry, here we have to go to our emp service, and what I'll do is I'll just copy, I'll paste here. So what we are doing here is that we are adding it to our constructor, and we'll continue resolving this error in our next video. So please visiting our video, keep coming to us, and thank you. We'll see you in our next video. Thank you.